Hey everybody, welcome to Jets Postgame Overtime, our exclusive live stream on SOY.TV. Jonas Schwartz happened to be alongside Ray Lucas and Willie Colon. Jets win 38-31 over the Chiefs. Get off the schneid, finish in the fourth quarter. Our guys will hand out their full report cards from the grades. Much more analysis on this one. Let's get to it and start with the offense. Ray, what grade you giving the offense, which was really on fire today?
Well, you know what? I know people are going to be like, come on, Ray Luke. I give him a B+. I don't give A's. That's not what I do. I thought the cool, calm hand of Josh McCown today was absolutely unbelievable. Curse. You had Robbie Anderson doing it. They were running the football, the big fatties up front. When you have time of possession of 42 minutes, that means the big fatties are eating. So, I mean, where do you give a game ball? I always got to go to the big fatties, Will. B+.
Well, I appreciate that, Ray. No, I gave the offense a B+ too. They had 32 first downs. They were 13 for 20 on third down. They rushed the ball for 157 yards. Jermaine Kearse had a big game. He had 9 catches for 157 yards. It was a total domination by the offense. They responded after going down 14 points. They came out and they answered the bell. Credit Josh McCown, man, because he was an absolute general on the field. He rallied the team. He got the guys up front going, and they ran the ball efficient. So it was a good day for the offense.
Let's talk about the wide receiving tandem here. Again, Kearse and Anderson go over 100 yards. Second week in a row, each one of them did it. First time, again, according to the Jets website, that this has happened since December of 1967 when George Sauer and Don Maynard did it. How fearsome is this receiving duo becoming, Ray?
Well, you know, we talked about consistency with Robbie Anderson. We know he can run down the field, but now he's doing the intermediate routes, what we've been talking about for weeks. Kearse, to me, is just a guy, he's a baller. I mean, he just comes off the plane. He's leading the team in receptions. The biggest thing I got from Kearse today was when we were doing our postgame show when he said, I pushed Robbie, and Robbie pushes me for us to be great together. I mean, what else could you ask from a guy who just flew in from the West Coast? I mean, it's a great duo. But again, I will say this, Willie. Josh McCown has some guys that people wouldn't give a shot to, that the receiver corps is the weakest thing that the Jets got. Not anymore.
Yeah. I think Josh has done a great job, hands down.
Let's move on to the defense, Willie. What grade are you giving the D?
I gave him a flat-out B. What I loved most about this for this defense, they never blinked. I mean, they had some penalties. Mo Claiborne got tested. Tyreek Hill, he just went off down the hill, but they stayed with it. The pass rush up front, Leonard Williams, Pennell, Mo Wilkinson, Ely on the edge. These guys really got after Alex Smith. They collapsed the pocket, and they did a great job of getting off the field, which they needed to do. So I gave them a B.
Ray?
D. Too many big plays, man. I mean, you know Hill can run the 100 in 9-1 maybe. I mean, his speed of light, and Robinson just stands there and lets him get even. If he's even, he's leaving. You know, too many big plays. Did they get pressure on the quarterback? Yeah. I mean, for me, the big plays is a major concern because in Todd Bowles' offense, if you want to get that front seven, listen, they had 2 sacks. Kansas City only had the ball for 7 minutes. You know, I mean, so 3 of 8 on 17 minutes, excuse me. They got 2 sacks, but again, too many big plays for my liking, so I had to give them a D. Well,
I mean, how do you judge what they did with Kelsey, right? On the one hand, Kelsey comes off the bus, has 2 long touchdown catches, and 3 catches for 90 yards, like right off the bat, 5 minutes in. But then he really disappeared. How do you judge the job?
Well, Todd Bowles answered it. He said, listen, we had a couple of box assignments early. You leave a guy like that, open, he's going to expose you. But I think once they kind of settled in, they started commuting Kenny on the back end with the safeties. Montez Miles hasn't played a lot. He started the game to try to cover Kelsey. So once the Jets kind of settled down, they figured it out. He was a non-factor.
You know what they did the beginning part, though? They knew that, Darren Lee was out. So what is this? The first thing that, Andy Reid does as a great offensive coordinator, he goes at the guy who's going to be substituted, which is Montez Miles, and he gives him a double move. And on the second time he comes back in, okay, we're not going to put Montez Miles on. We're going to put May on him. Double move. Both times very successful with it again. But like Willie said, I think those guys have said, all right, now we're going to regroup. Once that offense started playing well, the defense kind of fed off the offense for the first time in a long time. So I think they settled down.
It all started with the pass rush, though, so credit Leonard Williams. He had a big day today.
Yeah, Big Cat did play well.
He certainly did. Let's move on to the special teams. Ray, what grade
B+.
Special teams?
I mean, how could you not? There was a couple of kick returns that I didn't like that I thought were going to go back out the back end, but I basically judged mine on Canizero, and he didn't miss anything, so I can't F him. They played really well on special teams today.
No, I gave him a B minus. I felt Cameron Zero had a big day. He kept him in the game overall. I thought coverage was solid. What you want to see from the special teams unit is to really try to get some turnovers too. Try to add your weight into it. When you have the defense, you have the offense, everybody's fighting. You got to get guys to cover that ball and try to get after that ball. It's gonna pay off for the team. Yeah,
big return, something. Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's move on to coaching. And Willie, as you get ready to give this grade, a lot involved here. Not only what happened in the game, but some of the disciplinary moves that surrounded this game by Todd Bowles as well.
Well, yeah, I'm going to take my time. We got to understand this. I gave him an A, and I think what I loved about it, why this team was able to finish, it was because he changed practice up, right? So he broke it down into 4 quarters. He put situational things into practice. So this team is not only did they practice it, he put this team in a mock situation, in a mindset. So when the 4th quarter came, they responded to it. It wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. It wasn't a big play reaction. They said, hey, we've been here before. We practiced these situations, and it showed up today on Sunday. That's a sign of a coach who's invested in this team, and he's done a great job of getting this team ready to play. We talked about it all week, right? How can the Jets get past the 4th quarter and stop shooting themselves in the foot? Well, he brought it to the practice field. It turned it over on Sunday, and they got a winning product. So great job, Todd Bowles.
I give him a B+. I agree with Willie. The disciplinary, I agree with him as well. You know, Todd Bowles, you see him on the screen. Every time you look at him, something happens. You have the same and even face. He doesn't get too hot, doesn't get too low. That's not the guy that's in that locker room. He holds everybody accountable. But I'm going to go a step further. I think Johnny Morton did a great job of play calling and sticking to the script, because 14-0 down on a good Kansas City team, which their defense is all right. I mean, Tamba Ali wasn't there today, but still, their defense is pretty solid. He stayed the course. And when they needed the big plays, but I'll go again. You know, I go back a week ago, 1st and goal, 3 passes. Yeah. Today was a different game plan. He said, you know what, big fatties, you want runs? Here's the runs. They controlled the clock for 42 minutes. Right. You know how long, you know how hard that is to do in the NFL these days? I mean, it was just great. I thought the coaches did great. And even though the defense gave up a whole bunch of yards, it was almost like a bend, don't break kind of thing. And then when they needed to make a play, they made the play. So I give them a B+.
You know, it's interesting. Not only did the Jets show you how to finish today, these gentlemen just showed you how to finish.
Man, that's how we do that.
That's it. That'll do it for Jets post-game overtime. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. We appreciate it. Bookmark SNY.TV, jetsblog.com for more coverage and analysis of today's game. For Willie Colon and Ray Lucas,
that's Jonas Schwartz.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.
Jet up.